Good morning everyone. We were doing chapter 2 microorganisms, friend and foe. In the previous video we have discussed some portion of the chapter. Today we will proceed further. But before proceeding further, let us recall what we have learned previously. What are microorganisms? Microorganisms are very tiny organisms which cannot be seen with our naked eyes. We see them with the help of instrument called microscope. We have discussed that there are four major groups of microorganisms. These are bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa. We have also done few examples of these groups. For example, bacteria, Lactobacillus rhizobium are the name of bacteria. Algae, Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra are the examples of algae. Fungi, bread mold, penicillin, these are the examples of fungi. Protozoa, amoeba and parameciums are example of protozoa. We have discussed one more tiny organism, that is virus. Viruses are different than other microorganisms because they can reproduce only inside the host cell. So that is why they are kept different than other microorganisms. Viruses, they are responsible for disease like common cold, flu, cough, polio and chickenpox. Like these dreadful diseases are also caused by microorganism called virus. Bacteria, some of the bacteria, they also cause disease like tuberculosis, typhoid. These are caused by bacteria. Protozoa, like amoeba, cause amoebic dysentery, and plasmodium is responsible for malaria. So in this way we learned that microorganisms are harmful for us. They cause disease in human beings and animals and plants. So students, microorganisms, they are not only harmful for us, they are also useful for us. Microorganisms, they plays a very important role in human life. Some of them are very useful and some of them are harmful. That is why the name of the chapter is microorganism, friend and foe. So now we will learn how microorganisms are friend for us. So today we will learn about friendly microorganism. Let's have a look how they are friendly to us. First is making of curd and bread. You all are aware that when small amount of curd is added to milk, to lukewarm milk, it changes into curd after some hours. Actually, what is there? There are many microorganisms inside the curd, but lactobacillus bacteria present inside the curd, it changes milk into curd. So the bacteria lactobacillus is responsible for formation of curd from milk. Cheese, pickles, these are also prepared with the help of bacteria. Bacteria are involved in preparation of cheese and pickles. And we were talking about bread, cakes, pastries. In these also, bacteria and fungi are used for the preparation of bread, cakes, pastries, etc. Rava idlis, bhaturas. In these food items, we add curd. Why do we add curd? We add curd for the fermentation of the dough, so that when we eat them, they will be spongy. And in case of bread also, what happens when to the flour, yeast is added along with the sugar and mixed with water and dough is prepared. What you can do? You can take some amount of flour, half kg of flour, add some sugar to it, warm water to it and yeast powder to it. Leave the dough for some time. What you will observe after 2-3 hours, you will observe that dough, it get raised. Why the volume of dough increases? Actually, yeast, they reproduce very fast, and when they respire, they produce carbon dioxide gas. The bubble of gas get filled in the dough, and as a result, volume of the dough get raised. And this is how bread and cakes are formed with the help of, these are made with the help of yeast. And bacteria are also useful in preparation of many food items. So it is clear now that microorganisms are helpful in making curd, bread, cake, etc. and many other food items like idlis, bhaturas. Second one is commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for large scale production of alcohol, wine and vinegar. Yeast is mainly used for producing alcohol and wine, and vinegar is produced by the bacteria Acetobacter. Acetobacter is responsible for production of vinegar. This is how microorganisms are helpful in commercial production of alcohol, wine and vinegar. Now let's talk about the process fermentation. Louis Pasteur in 1929 he discovered the process fermentation. Now what is fermentation? Fermentation means conversion of sugar into alcohol. Yeast is helpful in fermenting sugar into alcohol. You can do an activity. You take a 500 milliliter beaker, take 500 ml beaker and fill it 3/4 with water. Now add some 2-3 spoon of sugar in it and add half of spoon of yeast powder in it. Now cover this beaker and keep it for few hours without disturbing the sugar solution. After 4-5 hours, now when you smell the beaker, you will get the smell of alcohol. This is how yeast changes natural sugar into alcohol. Natural sugar present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and some crushed fruits. They contain natural sugar, and these natural sugar with the help of yeast is converted into alcohol. So clear everyone? The process of fermentation was discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1929. Now let's talk about the medicinal use of microorganisms. Microorganisms, they are very useful in producing many medicines against other disease causing microorganisms. Let's talk about the antibiotics. When you fall ill, doctor may give you some antibiotic tablets, capsules or injection. Now what are these antibiotics? From which microorganism they are produced? First of all, in 1929, Alexander Fleming was forced to make an antibiotic called penicillin. He made this antibiotic penicillin with the help of fungi Penicillium. Actually what happened, Alexander Fleming, he was working on the culture of disease causing bacteria. Suddenly he noticed that spores of a little green mold is present in his culture plate. In one of the culture plate there was spores of little green mold. He observed that due to presence of this mold, spores of this mold, some of the bacteria get killed, and it is also hindering the growth of this bacteria. So he concluded that presence of little green mold, spores of little green mold hinders the production of the disease causing bacteria. In this way he discovered penicillin. So what is antibiotic? Antibiotic is obtained from some specific microorganism to kill or to stop the growth of other disease causing microorganism. Let me repeat. Antibiotics, these are the medicine which we obtain from some specific microorganism to kill or stop the growth of harmful disease causing microorganisms. I hope this is clear to you. Now let's come to vaccine. When you were child, you have been vaccinated against many dreadful diseases like cholera, tuberculosis, hepatitis, smallpox. So we have been vaccinated against these diseases. And Edward Jenner, he was the first to discover vaccine, and he discovered the vaccine against a very dreadful disease known as smallpox. Now, what are vaccine? Actually, whenever any disease causing microorganism enters in our body produces antibodies against that disease causing microorganism. These antibodies fight against those microorganisms and protect our body from the disease. And even if in future the same microbial attack if our body face, then what happens? These antibodies they remain in our body and they protect us from the future infection of those microorganisms. So this is how vaccine works. So what is done in vaccination? A small amount of weakened or killed microorganism, disease causing microorganism in the dead form, in the weakened form, they are introduced into our body through injection or you can say orally it is given, like in case of pulse polio program. We have given the drops against the polio. Children, they are given the polio drops against the polio, prevention of polio. So, how vaccination work? In vaccination, disease causing microorganism either in weakened or killed form, they are introduced in the body. They are given to the healthy human being or any animal, and as a result our body produce antibodies against that disease causing microorganism, and this is how those antibodies protect our body when we get infected. Whenever we have an attack of disease causing microorganism, the antibodies protect our body. Let me explain you again what is vaccine. In vaccine, a small amount of weakened or killed disease causing microorganisms are introduced in our body. As a result, our body produces antibodies against those microorganisms. In this way, our body gets protected against that microorganism from its future attack. This is how vaccine works. So now you know what are antibiotics and what is vaccine. Let us differentiate both of them. In case of antibiotic, antibiotics are the medicine which we obtain from the specific microorganism to kill or check the growth of disease causing microorganism. Penicillin, streptomycin, erythromycin, tetracycline, these are some of the common antibiotics. Let me repeat: penicillin, tetracycline, erythromycin, streptomycin, these are the name of antibiotics. Now let's talk about vaccine. We have been given vaccine against, when we were children, when we were a child, we were given vaccine against hepatitis, cholera, tuberculosis, polio, etc. Now what is vaccine? In vaccine, in small amount, weakened or killed microorganisms, disease causing microorganisms are introduced in our body, and whenever we face the attack of these microorganisms, then the antibodies which are produced in our body, they fight against those microorganisms and protect our body from the microorganism, disease causing microorganism. In this way we get protected from that particular disease. So what is vaccine? In vaccine, small amount of disease causing microorganism in weakened or killed form is introduced in our body, and our body produces antibodies against those microorganisms. This is how our body gets protected from that particular disease. Now come to the next point, increasing soil fertility. Microorganisms, these are responsible for increasing our soil fertility. Many microorganisms, many bacteria and fungi, bacteria and algae, they can fix free nitrogen of the atmosphere into its compound in the soil. So some of the microorganisms like cyanobacteria, they are called nitrogen fixer, biological nitrogen fixer. What they do? They convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compound and added it in the soil. These are water soluble nitrogen compound. They mix with the water, and by plants they absorb these nitrogenous compound through their roots, and this nitrogen is very essential for the growth of the plant, for the protein synthesis by the plant. That is why the bacteria and other microorganisms which increase the soil fertility in this way, they are very important for us. So now you come to know that some of the bacteria, they fix free nitrogen into nitrogenous compound, and thus they increase soil fertility. One of such bacteria is cyanobacteria, and you also know that rhizobium bacteria, which lives in the root nodules of leguminous plant. It also fixes atmospheric nitrogen into the soil and thereby increases the soil fertility. Now let's talk the fifth point, cleaning the environment. Microorganisms, they help in recycling of the nutrient. They help in cleaning our environment. How? Organic waste, that is the dead part of plant or animal waste, these are called organic waste. These organic waste, these are harmful, they are smelly, but microorganisms, they convert it into harmless compound. So microorganisms, they decompose organic waste into useful compound which increase the soil fertility and they thus help in cleaning our environment. So in this way, now we come to know that microorganisms, they are very helpful for human beings. They are helpful in controlling disease in human beings, plants and animals. So microorganisms, they are as a friend. Thank you.